Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and we're going to talk about Bob Marley, One Love, and I'm going to give you what the Dragon Master lesson is from Bob Marley, One Love. So, Dungeon Master, that's the person who runs the world, right? They do a great job of controlling every single thing in the world except the heart of the world, right? What is the heart of the world? It's the player character. Who controls the player character? The Dragon Master. Dungeon Master runs the world. Dragon Master runs the player character, right? You cannot have Dungeons and Dragons without the Dungeon Master. You cannot have Dungeons and Dragons without the Dragon Master, the player, right? It's absolutely critical. All right. So the Dragon Master lesson, the lesson for people who play Dungeons and Dragons, people who experience Dungeons and Dragons in the story being laid out initially, and then initially by the Dungeon Master, and then changed by the Dragon Master, the player. What is the Dragon Master lesson from Bob Marley, One Love? By the way, spoilers for Bob Marley's life, because that's what the story is. And for the spoilers for Bob Marley, One Love. By the way, excellent film. I really enjoyed it. I would say it's a 5 out of 5 star film. I highly recommend seeing it. But Bob Marley kicks it off, and he throws down some good music, and he comes out of Jamaica, and the world sees his talent, right? And they're ready, and the world's ready for him. He gets to a point there where he knows he's talented. He can sell out arenas. I don't know if he can sell out stadiums at this point. Actually, I think he can sell out stadiums at this point. And really, he is the heart of reggae at this point, right? And so he comes forward, and he gets to the point where he's going to do Exodus. He's going to do what he feels is going to be like one of the biggest albums of his life, right? And so he really pours himself into Exodus, and he goes and he sees like punk music he takes a look at punk music in Britain, and he's trying to, he really wants to raise the bar with Exodus. He really wants to make this something truly unique, truly special, right? This Exodus album. And so he brings everybody into the studio, right? And, he looks over at the drummer and he's like, kick it off, man. And his drummer gives him the tump, and it's hard for me I'm not a huge reggae fan, but he gives him that classic reggae beat, right? And Bob Marley just looks at him like, what are you doing? And the guy's like, what do you mean, what am I doing? This is what we do. We do reggae music. This is the reggae beat, right? And he's like, no, no, I don't want that, right? I want something more, right? And so one of the things he does is he gets frustrated, right? And I think to warn the whole band, he brings in this guy named Junior. And Junior is this British non-reggae person who knows nothing about Rastafari, knows nothing about reggae, knows nothing about Bob Marley's music, right? And Bob brings him in, and everybody's like, what's this dude here for, right? And Bob Marley's like, kick it off, man. And Junior just goes into like this psychedelic electric guitar riff, and like, it's transformative. It's completely different. And it's going to get, and also the level of skill is just tremendous, right? I think this is really interesting for the Dragon Masters, right? We have world famous Dungeon Masters. We do not have world famous Dragon Masters. We don't have players who have shown a level of skill that's even a 10th of what top tier Dungeon Masters put out, right? But the Bob Marley movie, I think the Dragon Master lesson, the lesson for players, right, is don't bring me that same noise. Don't bring me that same noise. Don't bring me that same noise, right? I've done heard it, right? I know you like your human barbarian, but this is the third campaign in a row you're running, right? What else you got, right? Are you increasing your skill level? And Bob Marley brought in this non-Jamaican, this guy had nothing to do with Jamaica, had nothing to do with the message of justice, freedom, and unity, had nothing to do with Bob's music, right? And they brought and Bob Marley brought him in as a warning to the whole band. do not bring me that same noise, right? You better be up in your game. You'd better be working on your skills, and I need something fresh, new, and now from you. Do not bring me that same noise. And so I really am going to challenge you as a Dragon Master. Okay? Dungeon Master is running the game, okay? Dungeon Master is running the campaign. You have to run your player character at a level that no one has seen you do, including you. You have to go above and beyond, right? You have to kick it into high gear. Don't bring me that same noise. That is the Dragon Master lesson of Bob Marley, One Love, in my humble opinion. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing. Have a wonderful millennium.